Dennis Lilly's record of 355 wickets in the same number of test matches, 70. Well, let's move away from test for a while now and turn to your success with Nottinghamshire. Let me take you back now to the 1982 semi-final of the Benson Hedges, where you had to play Lancashire, and Lancashire 182, and Nottinghamshire, if I might pose it this way, in all sorts of trouble.
Yes, we were. It was quite an amazing turnaround, actually. A good crowd in, and we'd reached the semi-finals not too often in any one-day competition, so we've never ever made a Lord's final, so it was an important match to win for us to get to Lord's. And I remember coming to the wicket batting at the time, and I had an injured hamstring, and I certainly struggled to actually time the ball, and I remember hitting out and got dropped by Ian Foley at mid-on when I'd had sort of 2 or 3. And I should have been out rather easily, but I survived, and all of a sudden Bernard Reedy was bowling to me, and I managed to hit a couple in the bat. Sort of 12 or 13 runs came off 1 over, and I was away, and got to 55 reasonably quickly, and we managed to win the match, but we did have some scary moments because we had lost more than half our wickets for about just over half the runs, and so it was a very close thing, but we sneaked home, I think, in the last over. So we won the match, and we got to Lord's for the first time in our cricketing history, which was always going to be a special moment.
First Croft. Croft figures of 3 for 20 after 7 overs. And slightly over 6.5 runs an over wanted. Well, he's hoisted it away and he's dropped him. Well, that could have been the turning point. It's the wicket that Lancashire desperately needed to see the end of Richard Hadley. Unfortunate folly out there.
And it's now 127 for 6. Here's Bernard Reedy again. And there's Richard Hadley. Jack Simmons. 6. And suddenly the ground here at Trent Bridge becomes alive with the shouts of Nottinghamshire supporters. You can see a ray of hope where almost none existed just 5 minutes ago. Great shot. Magnificent stroke that. Hadley goes to 27. Mallet to Hadley. What a super shot.
The Lancashire bowlers just losing a little bit of control at the moment.
And there are 2 test bowlers in Croft and Allott, who still have overs to go. That's a marvellous stroke. He might be a hitter, Richard Hadley, but he is a very cruel customer. He's just picking off these bowlers. He's placing the ball perfectly. Not frightened to hit it in the air, but the placement is superb.
And yet another magnificent shot. Picked up from just outside the off stump. The natural swing.
Plays that beautifully. That was just fractionally short. Allott to Hadley, who's on 49. And there's his half century. Standing ovation for Richard Hadley on his home ground. It was in the 48th over that Richard Hadley was only 12. Here we are now in the 53rd over, and he's 51. Just 3 runs needed. And 2 overs to go. Here's Colin Croft. And there it is. What a way to finish. 55 not out, Richard Hadley. A wonderful innings. That was in 1982. 2 years later, you achieved something that I didn't think was going to happen again. Didn't think it was possible. We used to come on tour to England and we'd play 30 matches on the tour. People don't do that these days, and yet you did the double.
I did the double. That